Hello, my name's Martin Hewlett. Thank you for clicking on this link. In today's video, I'm going to be playing an audio session that we took off the radio from last weekend. I went along to our local hospital radio and they were doing a 36-hour marathon session trying to raise money and awareness for the new Cancer and Wellbeing Centre that's being built. One of the presenters was flagging. He was into his 26th hour. So I did a very quick snap induction to make him feel more alive, more awake. There was another chap watching through the window who then came in who'd suffered pain for the last 40 years. So using one of the arrow techniques, within 10 minutes, I dramatically changed his life as well. What follows is the audio recording from about 5 hours later and their reaction to it. So if ever you wanted to hear how it impacts on someone who's never experienced hypnosis, sit back and take a listen. Thank you.
And the tiredness, and I was sat there, and I was like, I just don't know what I'm doing. It was all a fuzz, everything. You know, you bash on and you get on with it, but it would take you 5 times longer to choose a track and everything else. So I'm hanging, and then we get on. Martin comes in. He's okay, and he's a hypnotherapist. So he comes in, we get him geared up. I'm at the desk, and I'm looking like the back end of a bus.
It's very. You got to stress that he's not just a hypnotherapist. He's a clinical hypnotherapist.
A professional.
So he uses most of his hypnosis to do with pain relief in palliative care and getting over pain without prescribing medicine. It's all holistic therapy.
That's good.
That's it. So he does that for patients all over North Devon, but most of it is anxiety, sleep deprivation, stuff like that.
Oh,
so
you
came
needed
in, didn't he?
Sleep deprivation.
Well, we had a quick conversation with Martin and talked about what he does and how he does it and everything, and came to the agreement that we would be up for a bit of fun. So he did a pre-thing for me, didn't he? Well, I can't remember what it's called, to make sure that I was susceptible and so on. And he said we don't need to go any further. I was susceptible very, very quickly. So then Juppers and I swapped places. So he came onto the desk and I got over here onto a chair. And he looked at me and he said, right, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, absolutely, I'm up for it. Because I felt awful. I was knackered.
Yeah.
You know when you feel sick, tired?
Oh.
And everything's hanging heavy. That's where I was. Felt really awful. It was a few minutes process, wasn't it? He took me down through this little journey. I never went to sit. I'm looking at it because I'm actually looking at the floor at one point, thinking, actually, this isn't going to work. Yeah. I wasn't trying to break it, but again, and he took me down to the thing and he's picking up my arms and doing all this stuff, and then he brought me back out of it, and I kid you not, instantly gone. I didn't feel ill anymore. My arm, you get that heavy weight of tiredness.
Yeah.
Gone. Wide awake. I have been yawning probably 10 times a minute up at that point. I wouldn't say I've yawned much more than 5 times since today.
No, not much, have you?
And I've been fine all day. During the background, yawning in the green room.
So I'll just interject. Martin took Keith over there into the corner of the studio. He sat him down. He got him to, I don't know how he did it, he got him to look at the scene first at a spot, clicked his fingers, and then Katie was under.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Could you hear everything that was going on?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Eyes open, knew exactly what was going on. There was nothing. There was no sleep in it. Nothing. I genuinely didn't think that anything was happening. Although I felt calm.
Okay.
There was a calm.
And the shock from our other guest, Roger, that was in Studio B having a cup of tea before he came on. His face just went, "Oh my God, I can't believe it," and he was really shocked.
Because he'd been watching me.
He'd been watching Keith the whole time, presenting, getting really tired, switching places, and Martin brought you around again, and it was like a different man.
Absolutely.
Really weird.
Instantly.
Totally recommend
And
it.
you know me, if it had been fake, I would have told him to his face. Told him. Absolutely genuine, 100%. So that was great for me. So I'm now buzzing.
What I noticed very early is when Martin was talking to me, he was doing a lot of finger clicking towards me, trying to get me to interact more with his hypnosis.
All right.
And actually, I think what he was doing was giving me the support inside to support Keith when he came round, because we both had the same reaction.
Even though he didn't hypnotise you.
Even though he didn't hypnotise me, we were both beaming. We were more awake. And I think what he was just trying to do was, I don't know how it works. I'm really interested. He was just, when he was talking, he was clicking in, just softly clicking his fingers and working up to it, and it was the most amazing experience. But
then it got better.
Really?
Because I guess Roger, who's in there in amazement, looking at me, going, he's gone from an empty thing to this bouncing person again. So we could see the shock on his face, and we could see that he'd, seen it going. So we called Roger in. He's been here before, so it's quite natural for him to easy to come in. So we called Roger in, and Roger is is an older gentleman, and he's got different issues.
Quite a lot of things going on.
Okay.
Too many to list.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
And
the
he
main
walked
problem
in.
was his feet.
Yes, he walked in with a walking stick, and Martin said to him, "Are you in a lot of pain?" And Roger said, "Yeah, I've been in pain for 40 odd years," and so on. So he comes in, sits down. We talked about what happened to me. Roger explained what he saw, so it's like no game, because Roger's a straight talking guy as well. And during the interview and what we were talking about, Martin said, "If you're happy, we're going to a room separately," he said, "and I'll get rid of your pain."
Just like that?
Just like that. And I kid you not, I'm not going.
I kid you not, Roger walked into that studio with 2 sticks in his hands. They spent 10 minutes in that room with the door shut on their own. You could see Martin doing his thing. He came out not walking with his sticks.
Seriously?
Seriously, came in. Martin went back into the studio and got his outside noise.
I can hear it.
The staff, the maternity staff are changing over at the moment.
I thought it was entering now, sorry.
So there you go. And then Roger came out. Martin went in and got his sticks and said, "At the moment, just use one." And he said, "I've not felt my feet with circulation."
His feet have been cold for 20 years.
For 20 years.
His wife Linda, who was meant to be here today but she couldn't make it, she has to feel his feet to let him know whether he needs to put socks on and everything, because he can't feel his feet, they're cold. And he come and he sat down,
and he said, the first thing he said to Mike was, "Linda, it's okay, I can finally feel my feet."
and his feet had gone warm, and he walked out of here. He walked out of here not needing to use his stick or anything like that. And I stood outside talking to him. I said, "Mate," and he said, "You know me, Keith? He said, I'm exactly like you." He said, "We're the same person."
Yeah.
He said, "My feet are warm." He said, "I haven't been able to feel them 20 years." The man is absolutely genuine. Absolutely genuine.
Makes you think now that obviously he's had this treatment, that's it, he'll go on going, right, okay, fine.
Yeah, and the thing is, Martin was really honest with Roger. He said you could feel the effects for a couple of hours. It could be a week. It could be 8 days. And he's actually agreed to help Roger. And I think this is the most important thing. He's offered to help Roger on a free basis, long term.
Oh, wow.
which is good.
That's amazing.
He's a very, very nice man. He's a man that came back in here and sat down, bearing in mind he's the person who's done the good thing, and he was almost in tears emotionally because of what had happened. And he's the guy that's made it happen. Yeah. So he's genuine. He's there's no faking it. I don't care what anybody says. Absolute genuine. Absolute genuine. Yeah, because you're not putting it all over my eyes.
You don't.
There's nothing. There's nothing he could have done. It's just genuine.
Yeah.
I'm still now.
Yeah.
My arms aren't tired. I'm not tired.
No.
I thought it was the E numbers from all the sweets and the donuts that are around here.
I'm waiting for someone to say a word, and I start barking. I said to him, if I'm walking down the street and someone says Alakazam, and I start barking like a dog, you're in trouble.
He did say, didn't he? "I better give you my number in case you can't switch off at 3 o'clock.
You haven't sat in
So yeah.
Jules has been given the secret word, you know that?
Yeah, apparently it makes me paint.
I thought you were allergic to painting.
I think you'll agree that's a really powerful testimonial to the power of hypnosis. I didn't go in there thinking I was going to hypnotise anyone. I just wanted to talk about the benefits mainly of hypnotherapy and palliative care. We don't say we can cure anything, but what we can do, what we can help with, is easing you through those stages. There are so many benefits to hypnotherapy. We're only just scratching the surface. If you've got any questions or any comments, just put them down below. And please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.